Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Matsui for holding this very important topic, hearing on a topic that impacts all of our communities. As we've heard today, communities rely on 911 systems not only in moments of crisis, but for the trust and confidence that comes from knowing that help is on the way. As we confront school shootings, hurricanes, flooding, wildfires, and other emergencies, we have to ensure that our first responders have reliable, inoperable, and modern communication tools. That is a necessity, not a luxury. It is critically important that no community gets left behind in the transition to next-gen 911. Yet the latest data available shows, and as Captain Bernardo has so eloquently stated many times today, many communities, particularly our rural ones, are in fact being left behind. The most recently available data from 2021 shows that only 12 states have 100% of their population served by next-gen 911 capable PSAPs. 11 states have 0% of their population so served. Our September hearing on this issue made clear that funding is a primary challenge to PSAPs making this transition. We've heard that here today. It's important to note that generally it's our local governments that own and operate and therefore have to pay for the establishment, operation, maintenance, and transition of these PSAPs through their general funds, and in some cases, local and state imposed E911 surcharges. That's not enough. Our local governments face numerous fiscal challenges, and that's why I'm so pleased to see Chairman Hudson and Representative Carter's bipartisan leadership to establish a funding mechanism to help upgrade legacy 911 systems to NG 911. But as the conversation here today, particularly with Captain Bernardo, has illustrated, the rub will come in how much money gets appropriated for these grants. Congress last estimated the cost to transition all 5,700 PSAPs, primary and secondary, to next-gen 911 in 2018. But the costs have likely gone up in the past 7 years through inflation, through the cost of labor, increases in costs and fiber optic components, PVC, and other insulation materials used as a result of tariffs. So the total cost to upgrade all 5,700 primary and secondary PSAPs has likely gone up. So today's discussion and the associated bills are critical to ensuring that these benefits are realized nationwide and no community is left behind. But whether these bills are successful in closing those gaps is going to depend on how much funding Congress makes available. So far, we failed the mark. So let me ask all witnesses, how do these uneven levels of NG 911 capability and deployment undermine emergency response when federal responders and law enforcement operate across multiple state and local jurisdictions, particularly during large-scale or cross-border emergencies? And I'll start with you, Captain.
I think that we're talking about two different types of things. Locals and states usually handle 911 calls and emergencies, planned events at the federal level. So they're a little bit different there, but the need to be able to coordinate those responses is very much so needed.
And do you think that having different levels of capability to receive emergency calls in different jurisdictions that have to coordinate in a multi-jurisdictional event, particularly with federal officials, makes that coordination more complicated?
It does make it more complicated. We need to be a seamless, resilient network together, that we can share data back and forth, one to the other.
Thank you, and I don't have much time left, but if anybody would like to add on to that. All right. No. And then I had one question that I may need to have Ms. Sutton answer on the record. You talked about how one of the biggest hurdles we have to overcome is also the language we use to communicate. What is the top actionable change you would like to see in how emergency systems communicate with the public?
Thank you for that question. And I would like to see training required for every authorized alerting provider who touches the system. That means everyone who writes messages, who has the authority to push the button, they need to be trained and not have just a single person within the office have that required training. Instead, it should go through every single person who has the ability to push the button.
Thank you, and I yield back.